If you want to break into project management, but you don't know where to start or you have no experience, you've come to the right place. My name is Rosie, and I've been in project management for 8 years now, working at agencies, consulting firms, and tech companies for a variety of brands like Adobe, Jeep, SC Johnson. And I'll break down the 4 key steps plus an action plan for you on breaking into project management. But before we move on, let's cover the hot topic of, does your degree matter? So I went to business school and I got a general commerce degree in Canada. I had internships in marketing and I ended up working as a project coordinator at an agency after graduating. So after 8 years now, I'm a senior project manager working in tech. Although I personally had a business background, you really do not need one because I've worked with colleagues with arts backgrounds in photography, urban planning, and same thing with engineering backgrounds in industrial engineering, and of course, marketing or business backgrounds. So yes, you will need to learn about the industry that you'll be managing a project in, so you understand the key terms, dependencies, and roles, but that knowledge can be really acquired outside of a degree. So what does matter if you want to break into project management if a degree doesn't? So here are the 4 areas that are actually important. Let's dive into the first area. The first section is skills. Skills can be broken down into 2 sections. You have your hard skills and you have your soft skills. Take a look at this table where I break down these skills further into basic skills for any entry-level PM or expert skills. So in terms of hard skills and soft skills, hard skills are needed to function on the job and they can be learned from on-the-job experience or taking certifications to read more about what is project planning, what is budgeting, scoping, etc. But the more important skill set is the soft skills. And I would argue the 2 key project management skills is effective communication and problem solving, critical thinking skills. So when my team is hiring new project managers, we more so focus on these soft skills because they are harder to train on the job. So as the project manager, you're kind of the quarterback for your entire project team. If multiple parties come to you with problems, you need to solve those problems and you need to communicate, which is why these 2 soft skills are the most important PM skills. But how do you get soft skills? Since these are harder to master, I'd recommend learning from books and podcasts, practicing those skills in everyday life, and of course, you can get this from on-the-job experience. So certifications and degrees, unfortunately, don't give you soft skills. But a couple books and podcasts I recommend are Nonviolent Communication for communication skills, Dare to Lead for leadership skills, and lastly, Never Split the Difference for some negotiation skills. The next area is experience. So once you acquire hard and soft skills, you'll want to highlight your experiences that demonstrate these skills in your resume and during interviews. And there are so many jobs other than being a project manager that have a high degree of overlapping skills and responsibilities. Take a look at this table where I list 4 types of roles that have so many overlapping skills. All these roles require communication, organization, collaboration, task management, problem solving, and possibly budgeting too. Also, if you're a student, you can get project management skills experience by organizing business conferences or events at your school. So when I was a student, I organized a couple marketing conferences. So I had to coordinate the conference, manage tasks, communicate with sponsors and customers, etc. So that's a really good way to add project management related experience onto your resume. But Rosie, how do you get experience if you have no experience? If you already work in a company that has a variety of roles, I have 2 tips for you, and I have 2 tips if you do not work in a company. So my first tip is shadowing. If your current company has project managers who work there, ask them if you can shadow their day-to-day so you can pick up hard skills, soft skills, and terminology related to project management. My second tip is transitioning. So at one of the companies I worked at, my coworker was a recruiter, and he worked with his manager to create a transition plan to transition from being a recruiter to a project coordinator. So you can work with your manager to create a plan to transition from your current role into a project manager role. And if there are no project managers at your current company, look at that table I created before that has 4 different types of similar roles and see if there are other roles available at your company that have a lot of overlapping skill sets. So if you want to get experience but shadowing or transitioning is not possible, I got you with 2 more tips. My third tip is volunteering. You can volunteer at a non-for-profit nonprofit or a startup that you can gain experience in those hard skills and soft skills I listed earlier. And my fourth tip is getting creative. So if no opportunities present itself, create your own opportunity, okay? So in my second year as a project manager, someone I really respected told me to get e-commerce experience. But at the time, there were no projects available for me to get that experience on. So I was also interested in creating a startup. I ended up making a Shopify-based store to sell reusable bubble tea cups. And that got me end-to-end e-commerce project management experience and helped me land a role at one of my previous companies where I managed e-commerce projects. The third area is knowledge. This is related to the hard skills I mentioned earlier. So you can gain project management knowledge by shadowing or getting certifications. And two certifications that are widely recognized for project managers in Canada and the US are the CSM, aka Certified Scrum Master, and the PMP, aka the Project Management Professional, or you can call it PIMP. So there are other certs that are useful for gaining knowledge, but these two certs are the only ones that are widely recognized in my experience by employers. So the CSM has no requirements to apply, which is really good if you don't have any experience. It's a 2-day course and it's mainly useful if you want to work at startups or tech companies because it's really focused on agile. And if you do not know what agile is, do some research into this because it is a very key concept in project management. So the PMP is more widely recognized across a variety of different companies because it covers waterfall and agile project management methodologies. The downside is you need 3 years of professional working experience related to projects before you can apply, but it does not have to be experience where you are explicitly a project manager. For example, I included my 4-month internship in marketing when I applied to the PMP because as a marketing intern, I was managing marketing campaigns, which are projects basically. Also, the PMP textbook is called PMBOK, PMBOK, and you can find this for free online. Do not waste your money on it. And you can learn the hard skills and terminology without paying for the course or the exam. The last key to breaking into project management is standing out. How do you stand out from the hundreds or thousands of other applicants? My first tip is networking. So opportunities aren't always available, but networking with different recruiters or project managers at the companies you want to work at helps you because these people will keep you in mind when new opportunities arise and contact you first. So as you network and put yourself out there, you're also increasing your luck. An opportunity could present itself organically while you network and put yourself out there. So increase your luck by putting yourself out there and keeping an eye out for opportunities. My second tip, which is optional, is thought leadership. So everyone and their dog can be content creators nowadays, and you can stand out from the crowd by being a thought leader in project management or another specific industry. So you can write articles on Substack or LinkedIn about project management topics, trends, and concepts, and highlight that at the top of your resume. This could also be a great talking point during one of your interviews. So here is the full guide to breaking into project management. And as a recap, you will need skills, knowledge, experience, and you'll want to stand out from the crowd. Pause to screenshot this guide to break into project management. Lastly, as project managers, communication is the most important soft skill. So if you want to learn how to communicate with confidence at work, watch this video next.